Welcome to The Blueprint, Episode 4. My name is Quicksilver from Structure Gaming, and tonight we are going to talk about the new action-adventure platforming video game from Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics. Well, it's actually not all that new. It's an old series reborn. This is Tomb Raider 2013. Tonight, I have the opportunity to sit down and finally play this, and I must tell you, from what I've seen already and what I have actually had the opportunity to play, this is a completely different Tomb Raider. When people talk about reboots, they talk about high-definition graphics, and they talk about maybe a new storyline, but let me tell you this right now, this is not the Tomb Raider I remember from when I was 16 and 17 years old. Lara Croft is a very different person, and this story is a very different story than anything she's ever been involved in. Now, this being the 5th title in the series, we keep the open-world adventure game style, but we include a lot of new stuff, including character progression, skill upgrades, side quests, and craft systems, along with platforming, exploration, and a survival mechanic system. Carl Stewart, during a Twitter session, actually told the fans, including myself, that this game would be between 12 to 15 hours and will have the chance to do multiple side quests. Bringing this to be an open-world, third-person sandbox was a great idea by the guys over at Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics, and it made this story that much better. Now, the game begins, as you can see from the past few moments, with Lara setting out on her first expedition aboard the ship Endurance to find the lost Japanese kingdom of Yamatai, home to the legendary Shaman Queen Himakayo, who is also known as the Sun Queen and was said to wield mystical powers. Traveling with Lara are her friends Conrad Roth, who is an old friend of the Croft family, and a Royal Marine. Jocelyn Reeves is the ship's mechanic. Alex is a computer scientist, Jonah Maivia, a fisherman, and Angus Grimaldi is the helmsman. Samantha, aka Sam Nishimura, is Lara's best friend and the ship's camerawoman. We haven't seen her on screen yet, but as you can see right now, Lara is falling, and that doesn't look like a lot of fun. And last but not least, we have the one and only celebrity archaeologist desperate to make a big find and escape bankruptcy, Dr. James Whitman. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. James Whitman. So our story starts out from here, going against Dr. Whitman's advice, and the group searching in the Dragon's Triangle. For those of you who know where the Dragon's Triangle is, I don't know. Apparently, it's off the coast of Japan, and it is a place infamous for missing ships and violent storms. Now, as you can see, the ship was struck by a violent storm in the Dragon's Triangle. Now, if something is known for violent storms and destroying ships, why would you sail directly into it? I personally wouldn't. But apparently this place makes the Bermuda Triangle look like a day at Disneyland, singing It's a Small World After All with the DCD. That doesn't sound very fun. That actually sounds quite terrifying. I remove my previous statement. Anyway, onward with the story. This violent storm splits the ship in two, stranding the entire team on an isolated island. As Lara tries to reach the rest of the group, you just saw her get punched in the face, and she is captured by a strange and savage man and is trapped in his really fucked up cave home. Now we're going to see what happens as Lara tries to escape. This is some nasty, nasty, nasty shit. As you can see here, this savage cave guy has some kind of crazy upside-down dead body shrine, and he's trying to make Lara a part of it. The last time I saw a place this creepy, I was at the DCD's place in Denver, Colorado. I ran out screaming and crying rape and begging my mommy never to let me go to church again. Okay. Now we're upside down and we have no way out. Or so you'd think. Dun, dun, dun! But we have a tutorial in 3, 2, and 1. Swing. Now this is a cool way to open the game because it's not the way you're used to opening a Tomb Raider game. You're used to opening a Tomb Raider game with all guns blazing and boobs bouncing. Now this is not a normal Lara Croft thing to happen. I'm upside down in some guy's cave and dead bodies are everywhere with candles and a shrine, and now I have to light myself on fire. This is not your typical Lara Croft, as I said. This makes the Fatality Pit in Mortal Kombat look like a walk in the park. So third time's a charm. Let's light ourselves on fire. and we're gonna fall. Now, one thing I would really like to say about this game is that it is absolutely one of the most graphically beautiful games of this generation, utilizing so many different aspects and making the game feel very real. As you can tell, as much water as Lara hits, that dried blood is not going anywhere. And the movements and motions of Lara Croft after these brutal attacks and this complete accident of impaling herself with a metal rod, just, you know, it makes things great. Now, one thing I noticed throughout the game, as far as I've played so far, is that mark on her left hip stays. It never washes out. In a lot of games, that just eventually washes out, or if you watch cartoons, and even look at her facial expression. It's a look of horror and terror. It's beautiful. Crystal Dynamics did an amazing job with this. And as you can see, I just walked by our first piece of equipment in the game. This is the torch. This is going to be very handy in blowing things up and making new doorways. Destructible environments are a huge part of the Tomb Raider game, and are something very new to the series and adds a great deal of fun. Because it's like, oh, well, I just burnt something, and it actually disintegrated and fell apart. This has never happened before. Now, as you can see, my torch went out when I went through the water. In many games, that torch would have stayed lit. Now I'm using survival mode, which is very similar to Eagle Vision in Assassin's Creed. This, though, instead of showing you the people that you have to stab, shows you the shit you have to burn and where you have to go. It's almost like a waypoint, if you will. It's a great piece to this game and adds a whole different aspect. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Evan Borjal from the Boston Basket Brigade said it to me best last night when we were all sitting around chatting and playing this game, when he said, "This is great, man. This is something that Tomb Raider sorely needed. A system that allows you to bring a new life into the game." And that it did. Oh, this is not fun. Oh, Lara, dear God, run! Our crazy man friend is not happy that we're not hanging upside down, letting blood rush to our head anymore. So as we go under here and we see barnacles. Random, but cool. There's one thing I love about this part, and that is that the fire goes across the rocks. It doesn't just kind of burn into the rocks. You know, again, a lot of companies, you know, let small stuff like that go, but Crystal Dynamics is always amazing with things like this. And I have to say, it adds just another piece of realism to this that other titles never had. So as you can see, obviously Lara has managed to escape thus far. I'm very happy to see that Lara is still alive. Now we must find a way out. Another thing that's very cool about past Tomb Raider games and present Tomb Raider games is obviously there are mini games within the game, and as you can see now I have to find an objective beacon, and there's something I have to do. The one thing I didn't like about that was that these mini games that were so challenging in the past, and you know, these routines that you had to do to get to certain areas of the game become a lot simpler through this system. I mean, yes and no, that might not be bad. I mean, that might be enticing for new fans, but old fans like myself, I like to figure stuff out. But it is a cool feature. So I guess you could say the surviving instincts is kind of catch 2020, if you will. It goes both ways. It's a hindrance and it's a benefit. It's a hindrance because, you know, if you're an old school Tomb Raider fan, you really like to figure stuff out, and you like to find things on your own. But if you're a new school Tomb Raider fan, this is really going to help you get adjusted to the series, which is great. We want new fans to come and see this series. I'd also like to mention that in the past 3 days, over 2 million people have logged in and played this game. That is a coup for a game that has not had a title, a good title, excuse me, in years. I think the last Tomb Raider game was Lara Croft and I don't even remember. It was an Xbox Live Arcade title, and it was like a side-scrolling RTS on it. It wasn't my... Anyway, enough talking. Fun stuff's about to happen. Lara Croft cannot seem to get a break today. So as you can see here, we're still trying to escape the cave. The cave is coming apart. Seems a little over-realistic, or not over-realistic, excuse me, overdone, but very cool. And this part's actually pretty rad. Here's our crazy man friend again. He's like, please, I haven't made you pasta yet. Kick him in the face. And no! I did your bait! Oh, but, the cave is collapsing, slowly but surely. I'm not really it's... give me my torch! No. Now this was cool. I really like this. The rhythmic pushing of the left and right triggers to run. It's something new for the Tomb Raider series. Great camera angles for this. Excellent sense of urgency, showing you, oh my god, this hole is closing. We need to get our way out. The mechanics of this is, as simple as it is, just adds a whole new ideal to the game. It just makes things that much cooler. I don't know why, like, this game has just absolutely blown my mind, though. I mean, just little things that you've never seen in a game like this before. As we officially escape the cave. We see the storm has passed. Oh, bam. Now that the storm has passed, magically the words Tomb Raider appear in the sky. We see a lifeboat. Just taking a peek around now to see what's around me.
A lifeboat. Where are they?
Hello, Mr. Lifeboat.
They must have gone inland.
Once again, something a little old, something a little new. Right now, we get to climb across a tree. Now, we've seen this in many games, but it just feels so much scarier when you're looking down and you're just like, oh my god, this waterfall is like the waterfall of death. This waterfall looks almost as good as a night having dinner with DCD. Oh my god. Sorry, Laura, I didn't mean to say DCD and make you fall. As you can see here, we're coming up on another interesting schematic.
I can do this.
Part is fun. Things just start falling. Oh man. Oh no, we're gonna fall. You're going to see times like this throughout Tomb Raider, and, well, these are just how it goes, I guess. We're getting stuck on Boat Island with the Dragon's Triangle. I must say, the level designs are absolutely beautiful here. This game really does a great job of engulfing you in the atmosphere and taking you into where you are. This is nothing short of an absolute graphic victory. As far as the gameplay goes as well, once again, a total victory.
They must have come this way. Sam!
fell again. Poor Laura Croft. I said it once, I'll say it again. This poor girl cannot catch a break lately. Seems like every time I turn around in this game, this poor girl is falling and falling and falling and falling. And magically, it's now raining again. What happened? I mean, this weather's crazier than New England weather. It really is.
Looks abandoned.
And magically, this remote Japanese
Is anyone
island that
listening?
looked tropical
Please
5
respond.
minutes ago is freezing cold. This is the one part I haven't understood yet, is how this island goes from hot to cold that fast. Anyway, this video is almost over. So before we go any further, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Grip It and Game Helmet. I'd like to thank the staff at Structure Gaming and Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics for making this all possible. I'd also like to thank you, the fans, for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe on this video and our YouTube channel. And make sure to head over to Structure Gaming for all your gaming news, reviews, and a bevy of contests. It seems like every time we turn around, we're doing a contest. So, with that being said, my name is Quicksilver. I own Structure Gaming. Again, I'd like to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. This is the Blueprint Episode 4. Enjoy the end of the video, and make sure to build your game and play beyond.